Hello, I'm Average Joe, and welcome to Survive Your Friends. Survive Your Friends is a multiplayer-intended Minecraft map that I've been working on since before August of 2016, mostly whenever I'm bored. At one point while I was working on it, I needed to do some debugging, and my friends were more than happy to help. They really enjoyed it, and one of them asked me to make a video explaining how to play, so, to that person, hey, sorry it took so long. When you first enter the map, or anytime you log into the world, you spawn in the center building. Now, this building has a bunch of features, all of which you can only access if a game isn't running. First off, you have the option to teleport to the options, which I will go over later. Next, you have the Fancy of Flight button, which gives you an elytra and a stack of fireworks if you feel like flying around the map, taking a look around, or hunting essence fountains, which, again, more on later. Then you have the free starter kit button, which gives you a selection of cards and essence, but you can only use it once. And again, more on cards and essence later. And finally, you have access to your ender chest, which, again, more on later. In the center of the center building, and as a consequence into the direct center of the map, there is a button. This button has two forms, a blackstone button and an acacia wood button. When there's only one player in adventure mode in the circle that the button is in, the button is blackstone. Pressing it will start a round of single player, aka zombie survival. When there are two or more people in the center ring, the button is acacia. Pressing it will start a round of multiplayer, aka PvP survival. Although that does occasionally include zombies, so whatever. There are a few differences between single player and multiplayer beyond just fighting zombies though. Some features around the map function differently, or not at all if the round is in single player mode, whereas multiplayer uses all features that are enabled. Single player also runs on a time limit, whereas multiplayer can go on for, well, not forever, but it can stretch a bit sometimes. Both modes will grant you a card based on how many tokens you collect, but only multiplayer allows you to use your cards. Okay, so you probably want to know what cards, essence, and your ender chest are all about. Let's start with the ender chest. In your ender chest, you can store as much essence and cards as you can fit in there. However, the first 5 slots of your ender chest will be given to you at the beginning of any multiplayer round, provided you only have cards in those slots. All the others are just storage. Cards are special items that you get as a reward for playing games, but you can also get them by finding recipes and crafting them, and some can only be obtained through special means. There are 16 cards in total as I publish this video. If you need to keep track of what you found, there is an advancement tab for that. Essence is what you use to craft some cards. Not all cards can be crafted. There's a few different ways to get them, but the main 2 ways are by running through essence fountains to collect essence, or by scrapping old cards you don't want. Most features on the map are dormant until a round begins. They don't do anything if you go to them. Some things are closed off, some things don't even appear. One feature on the map is active when rounds aren't running. In the Library of Time, there is a teleport circle that will take you to the end library. In this area is the actual card crafting machine, card scrapping machine, and the options, among other things, that you kind of have to unlock. There are some bookshelves that you can hold cards and, if you need to, essence in, although they're not like player protected, so store at your own risk. And the crafting machine has a book containing all your discovered recipes next to it. The options room, as you can probably guess, has all the toggleable options in the game. Feel free to mess around with these if you feel something is affecting performance, or if you think a feature is broken or is overpowered. Things that have like excessive particles or excessive entities you can turn on and off. Or if you think something's broken, you can turn it off. Right, now, here's how you play the game. It's pretty simple, just press the button and then fight things. Okay, it's not actually that easy. When the game starts, each player is assigned a role, each of which gives unique starting equipment and has different effects while you play the game. And if you're knocked out of a round, your role can actually affect the players you choose to spectate. There's this feature in the game where if you click on someone while you're in spectator, you can see things from their point of view, and while you're doing that, that player will get different effects based on your role. If you want a full list of roles, type /trigger helper and navigate to the roles section in the helper menu. So while the round is running, minecarts with chests will be spawning all around the map, and each one contains a different assortment of weapons, food, crafting materials, and potentially more. There are also chests that will spawn around the map that, unlike the minecarts, will appear in the same place each time the game starts. Now, some of the items you collect will have additional uses beyond, their normal thing in the game, like redstone, as an example. All of these items activate when they're dropped out of your inventory, either by dragging them out or dropping them with Q, or whatever you have bound to drop items. I believe default is Q. If you ever need an exhaustive list of these items and their effects, you can just type /trigger helper and navigate to the item section of the help menu. So going back to the redstone example, if you find that, you can either craft it into a piston, which will give you jump boost, or you can drop it by itself, which will give you regeneration. So you can craft things that do things, or you can use things to do other things. Again, if you need a list, it's in the help menu. Throughout the map, you will find structures that may contain chests, machines, enemies, or secret passages. Some places give you items, some let you trade, some have a challenge, some require a sacrifice, some are quick ways to cross the map, and some don't do anything. Now, I'd like to give a list of everything in the map you can find, and that's kind of why my friend wanted to make this, to help explain to people how some of the things work. But where's the fun in that? Like, whatever happened to finding things out on your own and, discovering something new? Something you didn't know before? Also, there's, nearly 50 things that I would have to explain if I wanted to do that, and looking over the list I've made, I missed some things, and I know I've forgotten some things, and I plan to keep adding some things. So, here's my compromise. In the advancement tabs, there is an entire page dedicated to different things you can do on the map. You can go there to get some clues for some of the more obscure things to do on the map. There's also a chance tips and clues can show up in a chest, though they don't show up often enough to be annoying. As I add things and as I make obviously more obscure things, I will add more things around the map, but as it stands right now, you should be able to discover everything on your own without needing someone to explain it to you. But yes, as I said before, I will put a link in this video to a download page on my website where you can download the latest version of this map. And I tried to keep everything in this video as general as possible so that you can just pick up the map and play it no matter what version it's on. Anyway, I've been Average Joe. If you feel like downloading the map, go ahead, and if you find any bugs, leave a comment. Please, I will try to get to it as soon as I can, but I can't guarantee anything. Alright, I will see y'all next time. Take care.